Hello, I'm Brian Day, Fitness by Day Personal Training. Today I want to work with you on the most fundamental exercises of all, the push-up. It's a fantastic exercise that nearly anybody can do. Now, some of you might find that surprising. Here's what you got to know. So there's just a few variations that you can do to modify the push-up so that it suits your strength level. And what's nice about this too is it also sets up a nice level of progression. So first of all, I'll tell you, I'm not a big fan of doing push-ups from the knees. Sometimes people start from the ground, but they do the push-up from the knee instead. What I don't like about that is that your core doesn't get as much conditioning as it does when you make the extension all the way from your feet to your hands. So to make up for it, if you don't have the strength to do them quite from your toes with your hands on the floor, what we're going to do is start with something as high as a countertop and graduate to lower surfaces as you become stronger. In any case, the form for the push-up always remains the same. Make sure you get your hands firmly planted, keep your abs tight, and you come down on your push-up just so low that your elbows are in line with your back. There's no need to go any lower. When you proceed lower, for instance, if you're trying to touch your chest to the ground or to the counter, you end up putting your shoulders to a further degree of extension that isn't as healthy for them. I want you to make sure that you're doing push-ups for a good long time. Once it gets to the point where you can achieve, say, 15 or 20 push-ups on a counter, graduate to something a little bit lower, perhaps like a sofa. Same form. Down nice and low, just so your elbows are in line with the body. Now the whole time you're doing a push-up, make sure you don't let your back sag. You want to keep your abs tight, head neutral, pressing right out. At the end of the motion, leave just a slight bend in the elbows so that you don't put undue stress on the elbows. Now for people who are already doing push-ups, I'm going to show you another variation, ways to make things harder so you can find them more challenging. Now I know that some of you have been out there, you're probably doing push-ups for a good long time. For you, maybe push-ups are getting too easy. You can do them, maybe you can do 20, 30, 40, 50, who knows how many you can do. One of the things I like to do to ramp things up is literally to ramp things up. Try elevating your feet. I'll demonstrate by just putting my feet up on a bench. You can even go a little bit higher. Placing your feet up onto the bench. Go through your push-up motion just as you normally would. Only going as low that your elbows line up with your torso. Coming right back up, just leaving that slight bend in the elbow. And one of my favorite things to do to really burn out, say at the end of a chest workout, do as many as you can with your feet elevated. As soon as you're fatigued, drop down to the ground, do as many as you can with your feet on the floor and your hands on the floor. And last of all, turn the whole thing on its head. As soon as you fatigue out there, put your hands up on the bench, crank out at the last few that you can with your hands elevated. It's a great way to put a finishing end to your chest workout. Anytime you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me at fitnessbyday.com. Thank you very much.